Hi everybody, how's it going? This is Matt, and my old channel was called the WWF Attitude Era Fan, but now I'm just gonna call myself the big wrestling fan. That's pretty much what I am, because I like it all. We just want to talk about the WWF. We can talk about WCW, we can talk about AEW, ECW, anything you want to talk about. That is basically what we're going to do pretty much from now on. And thank you for always subscribing to the channel, and appreciate it. But the channel is now called Big Wrestling Fan, so that can relate to anybody actually. So that's what's happening so far. So let's have a little discussion right now. This is for a Big Wrestling Fan. Um, 25 years ago, Goldberg debuted in WCW. Goldberg is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Him and The Rock are like tied for number one. And then I'd say Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. Now you're going to say Chris Benoit. I, I, I know what happened with him was tragic, but he was pretty awesome. Anyways, um, 25 years ago, Goldberg debuted, and WWF or WWE has been showcasing a lot of his matches lately, the last month on WWE.com or YouTube or Facebook, and showing a lot of old Goldberg matches. So it got me thinking. This is what should have happened. Goldberg should have beat Kevin Nash at Starrcade 1998. Um, the streak should not ended there, but it would have ended. Just hang on, it would have ended shortly after. Like Starrcade is the WrestleMania of WCW, and you had this guy Goldberg. He is the biggest thing you have going right now. Um, he's the thing that's keeping your company alive because Stone Cold and the Attitude Era was kicking off in WWF and kicking ass too. Like it was really taking off. I believe if it wasn't for Goldberg, WWF would have won the war way earlier because Goldberg was just insane. Like he was the ultimate superhero. He was my superhero, and he is the best thing you got going. And you got him to lose at your biggest pay-per-view. Like that's not like you wouldn't. You don't do that. Like Hogan lost at WrestleMania 6 and 18, but besides that, he won all the time. Like you want your biggest star to win at your biggest event. But that did not happen. They wanted to end the streak. And what the hell did Kevin Nash have the belt for a week? Like it just does not make sense. Like they did not think in that company. But I loved it, but they did not think. So what I think it was a pretty big build up for that match. It was your main event of like WrestleMania, and I think it's pretty good. Like we haven't seen it. Like they were kind of teasing that for the whole year because him and Nash kind of had like some little what do you call it, like little outings or something, or I don't know, or differences throughout the year, and then they finally going to fight at Starrcade, which that's kind of cool. And so I think Goldberg should have beat Nash at Starrcade, and then the January 4th edition was at the Georgia Dome. Hogan gets his rematch against Goldberg. Hogan beats Goldberg for the belt. Hogan ends the streak, and then he actually beats him for the belt, and it's a rematch at the Georgia Dome. And this time Hogan wins, and then the NWO comes back, and they beat up Goldberg. They spray paint him. They give him a little taser. All that could have happened without the finger poke of doom. So if they just tweaked a few things around, it would have been a whole lot better, and I think the company would have lasted a little longer. They just had to think a little bit. They just kind of jumped the gun at every single time. Um, so like I said, Goldberg loses to Hogan. He ends the streak at the Georgia Dome, where Goldberg won the belt against Hogan on July 6, 1998. So they come back January 4th at the Georgia Dome rematch. This time Hogan wins, ends the streak, NWO is back, and actually Nash comes in and helps Hogan beat Goldberg, and then NWO is back. Just this little tiny things that I seriously think should have happened, because you should not have your biggest star lose at your biggest pay-per-view. Sometimes it can happen, but don't. Like this guy was like a year earlier, he was just rising up, and he's just some guy, but all of a sudden, bam, 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 he's the top guy. Like all of a sudden. So yeah, that's what I think. Thanks everybody for watching. Let me know if you agree with my little thought on if Goldberg should have kept the belt at Starrcade, then lost it a week later. Because why in the hell did Kevin Nash break the streak and lose the belt a week later? It does not make sense. And then just give it to Hogan. Like they had a plan, but it wasn't a very good plan. Like, and if you guys are interested, please subscribe to the channel because we're gonna have a lot more discussions. I have a lot more discussions about Goldberg because he was my favorite wrestler, and I have more thoughts how Goldberg could have been used a whole lot better, and they could have made a whole lot more money. Like everybody knows the Bash of the Beach thing screwed up with 6 days before. Okay, we'll get to that some other video. So please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of fun talking about wrestling, pretty much. And maybe we can do some unboxings, and we can do some action figures, and I'll show you some action figures that I have. Please check out the rest of my channel because I have some action figure matches and other belts, championship belts that I have. But thank you for subscribing. The channel is now called Big Wrestling Fan. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day.